Is this recorded? Oh, damn.
Haha.
Okay, I'm a bit nervous. I have to say, I have to apologize first because it's most likely that I would exceed the time limit, but I'll do my best to keep it within. Alright, so thank you for coming. For some of you who might know me, I'm a bit dramatic. I can be a bit gayish also to some people, which Leon says is good because signals that OEMC is an LGBTQ friendly society. Anyway, a lot of people, well, most of you might think, why am I wearing this mask? Well, it's actually on purpose. Because if you look at me, I am the embodiment of Oxford. This is what Oxford is to the outsider. Academia. What is this? Pretense. Elitism. Now, what I want to say is that I am interested in outreach. The reason that I want outreach, and it's important to me, is because I want to tell people that this is not us. It may look like this. This is what we may represent to outsiders. But in actuality, we're not invincible. We are definitely not all geniuses. Or we all wish we are. So, I'm not going to shoot anymore. Now, this is the message that I want to tell people, that we are normal people. If we done it, we did it, why can't you? And it's just the belief that's important, I think. It's not about ability, because I know so many people who are way more qualified than me, who are way more deserving than me. But why is it that I got it, but they did not? Because belief. It's about faith. It's not about technicalities or stuff like that. It doesn't matter. So it's a waste, I think, that it's not being pushed. And that's why I shall not bore you with any details as to why me, how, and all that, because that's for the Q&A. But what I can tell you is that I'm different. I don't like rules. And I'm unconventional, as you can see. So if you prefer something different, if you prefer something fresh, then yeah, I'm your kind of guy. So that's more or less all I have to say, so thank you.
Any questions for Henry?
Yes.
So it's clear that you are interested in outreach program.
Yeah.
What exactly you have in mind in terms of the new things that you want to bring for to develop this outreach program that we have been doing for the past few years?
The thing that I realized when I was in Sunday college is that most of the outreach program that I experienced, that I was exposed to, was more on things that weren't interpersonal.
It's as well.
Sorry? My point being that, because term time, let's face it, term time is very difficult for you to do anything for outreach. So what we have come up with, it's not me, it's like everybody, we've discussed about this, and we said that if we want to do outreach, we're going to do it through online systems. We're going to set up a student-run blog to tell people what it is like to be in Oxford. That doesn't mean that if you're in Oxford, you have to be good in ballroom dancing, you have to tell between good champagne and bad champagne, or else you make no friends, because that was definitely the things that I was thinking about before coming here. And that you don't have to doubt yourself, you don't have to be worried that you will not fit in. And that the workload is manageable, because let's face it, we're from Asia, and then it's actually a lot more difficult. So yeah, that's one of the things that we come up with, a student-run blog to share experiences, also newsletters, prospectus Oxford prospectus, and also summer school outreach programs. You go travel around secondary schools, tell them how is it like to apply, how to apply, what is it like to study here, why you should come here and why you should not also. Because I don't think that Oxford is the best university in the world. I don't think it's the best university for everyone. There's only a best university for the individual. So when I'm doing outreach, I'm going to tell them, you should pick the university for you. You should not pick the university that people tell you to apply to. And that's how we're going to do, basically, in a nutshell.
So basically, you are going to meet a lot of students in Malaysia
Yeah.
as Oxford University student, but telling them that, but not promoting Oxford University itself.
I'm going to promote the good things of Oxford. I'm also going to tell them the things to expect from Oxford. Because I know a lot of people who find it difficult to fit in. And I know that this system is it's not built for everyone, because the UK system, the US system, and Australian system is all very different. And it all caters to the specific type of person. So if I were to convince someone to get into Oxford, and he's really brilliant, he got in, and he's going to spend his time miserable here, and he's going to regret the decision, that it's not the best thing for him either. So I think it's important to tell people the good things and also what to expect, the workload, the culture here, the system, tutorial systems, it fits you. Because I think that's more sincere, and that's what we should strive towards, I think.
So yes, I was just asking that question. OEMC exists to do many things. Can you sort of list what you think, in descending order, what you think it exists to do, most importantly?
Descending order.
So from most important to least important, right?
Most important. I've been told that the OUMC there is no fixed goal for OUMC. It really varies and depends upon the committee. So for me personally, I think the most important thing is to give back, which is why outreach. Because we're all very blessed, I would say we're all very blessed. We are very fortunate. We came here. We have to admit that there's a certain degree of luck that we got in, and that we are blessed. That's why we should help those who are less fortunate. And I think there's an obligation. I do feel that I have an obligation to help those who haven't succeeded yet, because I know how it's like to feel confined, to look upon people who have already succeeded and feel just helpless. Second thing that I think is very important is welfare, because I know that it's a different culture here. It's very difficult to fit in for some people, especially if you're having difficulties with the language. And so I think welfare is very important, which is why we are also striving towards improving the bond between the seniors and the juniors or the freshers in OUMC. And one of the ways that we thought about is to continue the parenting scheme, and also to improve upon it by, well, if you've seen the manifesto, we allocate some funds to the parents to take out the child or the children to like meals in Michaelmas, and when the freshers are confirmed, we like actively engage them and ask them if they would like to be part of our group. So that, because I personally was a bit late, I got into the group a bit late, so we would strive to not make any delays, and that's one of the things that we think welfare should do. And the third thing would be, I personally would think would be future prospects for OUMC members. Future prospects such as careers, networking events, things like that, because there's so much to get out of university, and I think that it's never enough if you don't have as much help as you get from the people around you, and we're already so few in numbers. That's why I think it's even more important that we help each other, because as opposed to like Manchester or Cambridge, you probably can get a job easily when you go home because everybody's from Manchester. Oh, I'm Manchester, oh, we help each other, blah, 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 blah. But then Oxford is such a tiny place. So few of us go back. It's difficult for us. And it's more important for the postgraduates as well, career path, especially if you're doing science, because of the climate in Malaysia. So that's what I think. So it's outreach, welfare, and prospects.
So I have two questions, but let me fire off the first one. What about the alumni? Because for the past few years, we have kind of like built quite good relationships with our alumnus themselves. And so where would you put, say, the alumnus in this whole big picture of yours? You say you have these three key targets, right? So what of the alumnus are we going to engage them? Are you going to engage them, or are you going to just say, all right, it is our alumnus?
One of the few things that we plan to do during term time, should we be elected for committee, is that we will strive to have at least 2 talks in term time. And these talks can be either career related or by alumni, alumnus. The thing that I'm thinking about is that I think that the alumni should have a very strong relationship with the current club, because the alumni are what these group of people are going to help you when you graduate. And that I'm trying to phrase this correctly, but when you say like in a group big picture, you say that how are we supposed to like
or I put it this way: do you see the kind of alumnus outreach kind of thing be part of your plans or not part?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think the problem is that it's, from what I perceive, is that a lot of alumni tend to after they graduate, they tend to disappear, and they tend to fragment, and that it's important for us to bring them back, but then it's a challenge to persuade them and to give them a reason to give back. And I think that it's worth the risk, but then as to how I should do that, I still have thinking to do.
Can I suggest one though? So the Oxford and Malaysia Club, Alumnus Club back in Malaysia, they're quite active. Elizabeth is really active. Yes, she's from Cambridge, but that whole group of people, they are there. Yeah, the Oxbridge Club. So they're very active. I mean, if you can engage them, that would be really good, because they themselves are trying to find their own people.
Mm-hmm.
They are also, they only have to feel that. So, that's the kind of, I was thinking this kind of suggestion.
Yeah.
Talk to them. In fact,
Yeah.
we attempted once last time, probably to ask them why.
Yeah.
Who are his peers and so on. I was thinking that could be a way.
I have also talked to Mark Disney, which is the president of Osbridge Club in Malaysia, and also she's the chair for Penang side, the north side. We were planning to actually organize something like alumni homecoming, but it's a big event. We can make it smaller scale, but it's that we don't have time because we spend so much time for the conference,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't have time to do it this year. So this you can. I've talked to the development officer at Wellington Square, so I've laid down the foundation. Maybe you can just take it over and do something about it.
Yeah, I'll definitely get into contact with Miss Elizabeth. Actually, she, to be honest, when I was in Sunway, I was talking to her. I actually, because I was applying for the scholarship, she helped me a lot, and she was such a nice person. And I actually was quite contented of getting to Oxford, and I had absolutely no intention or even thought about running from any committee sports, but she was the one who told me you should run for presidency, because she said that you were from Sunway. Sunway can help you facilitate whatever events you want, because she was very, very involved in Cambridge society.
I can even suggest people like, for example, Rong has such a good connection with so many people. So I was thinking, grab all the people, Fidel himself also, contacted some people. Grab all these people and just, try to get it linked. Because I don't think it's a big problem, especially when it's alumnus, they wouldn't mind so much. You're like, oh, you are the current president, say, and then you got a contact of somebody from through, say, Shonghuang. I don't think they will mind so much.
If you want to focus on outreach program, and alumni is part of that category, so this is the thing that we should consider, and we can always help you,
Yeah, I'll be glad. Well, yeah, if I'm in a committee, of course,
Yeah.
I'll definitely be glad to do that. In fact, I've been
Sorry,
thinking-
we need to move on. Is there any last question for Henry?
I sort of have one. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you said your number one priority is outreach, where the club is concerned.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it short, sorry. Outreach really only, like most of the work is done over the summer, and before that is only the planning stages.
Yeah.
So could you just very, very briefly elaborate what you're actually going to do for, let's say, the 3 quarters of the year when you're not actually doing outreach?
The thing is about outreach is as a continuous effort even during term time, including the newsletters, the blogs, and also the pairing up of the current students here with prospective students, like support in terms of personal statement, going through a personal statement, advice in applying to Oxford. So it's a continuous thing, but although we're not present physically in Malaysia, but we can do it through online systems. And also during term time, we mostly focus on welfare, getting together, social events, because it's very important. Social is not just about marketing, it's about bonding, it's about getting to know each other. And also talks, careers events, and the prospect part. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right. Once again, we thank Henry. We'll just bring up